So I am planting an Earthbox. In this Earthbox I'll be planting some peppers. These are it's an Italian pepper, Mamma Mia Gialia, and Earthbox says you can plant 6 peppers in an Earthbox, but I read on the forums some of them said they did much better if you only planted 4. So I'm only going to put 4. That's all I wanted anyway, was 4 of these, 4 in this Earthbox. So this is what it looks like, and then I'll show you. Let's take a look at it, and I'll show you how I plant the Earthbox, which may very well be the perfect garden system. The secret to this is dumping it in very quickly so it doesn't fall through the holes. Kind of like several people trying to get through a door at the same time. If you overcrowd it, that soil won't fall down in the hole very much. That's about half full. I'm going down in those wells and really packing that down into those wells. I want those wells as tight, as solid as they can be with this potting mix. Potting mix I'm using is called BM7. It's I'll show you a package of it. It's by a group called Burger. I get it at my local wholesale nursery that's close to me. Amazon sells a lot of good potting mixes. Miracle Grow is a good potting mix. Earthbox on their website has a list of what they call approved potting mixes. Mine is not on there, but it's going to do fine. It is doing fine on the other things that I've planted in it. So we're going to just lightly pack that down, and then we're going to add a pound of lime. So I've got a pound of lime here. A pound of lime looks like a lot of lime in this little Earthbox, but that is what they recommend. Then you'll mix that lime in with the soil. Again, this is potting mix, not potting soil. Potting soil is probably going to be way too dense for the water to wick up through it. So potting mix. All right, that's mixed in. We'll add some more soil. I'm going to put enough soil in here to where it's not quite even with the top, but pretty close, almost level with the top of this. Earthbox takes 2 cubic feet of potting mix. So kind of figure that in when you're buying your mix, how much you'll need for each Earthbox, 2 cubic feet. All right, that's pressed in there. I'm going to plant 4 pepper plants. So, which is a 2-row. I'll plant 2 here on this side, 2 on this side. Because this is a 2-row, I will make my fertilizer indentation, my little trench, my trough, right square in the middle of it. I'm packing it down a little bit, and I will use 1 pound of fertilizer. In this case, because I want not just green growth, but I want a lot of blossoms which will turn into peppers, I'm using something with a higher middle number, potassium. So that is 1 pound, and I'll put it right down the middle. And yes, that looks like a lot of fertilizer, but it's not. This is what they recommend. All right, now I'm going to not just fill it up, but I'm going to mound up the top of it, the middle, to try to, when I put the cover on it, I want that cover to kind of shed the water. Any rain that it gets, I want it to shed off. So I want to mound the middle up, kind of make a hill in the middle, sloping down to the sides. Okay, so we've got our potting mix in there, we've got it watered down. The bonnets, the caps will come, covers will come with 2 holes in them, 1 on each side there, and that is because it's reversible. You can put a black side up or the white side up. I'm in Texas. It's going to get too hot for my plants if I do black side up. So I'm doing white side up. If you're in Pennsylvania or Michigan or something like that, you will probably want to do the black side up. You might want to check with Earthbox and find out exactly where they recommend the change in the sides. And it's just as simple as that, like putting on a shower cap. You'll notice the mound in the middle. That will allow that rain to shed off and not collect on here. I've got some that I didn't mound up quite as high, and the water is kind of pooling down here and kind of collecting there. So do that. You've got the cover on it. Now let's plant. For right now, we're going to plant 4 pepper plants. So what I'm going to do is take some scissors. And I found this. I tried it with a utility knife and it just doesn't do as well. There's a good sharp pair of scissors. And just cut an X. Another X. So there's your holes. We're going to put the plants down in the hole. Dig in. Stretch that hole out a little bit. These are 4-inch pots. So it's a bigger hole than what you would plant if you're planting a little 6-pack. Then that hole would, the hole with the scissors would probably be plenty. But I'm going to have to widen this out to accept that big 4-inch pot. Take the plant out of the pot. Got a pretty good root system. I just repotted these. They were in a real small pot. A little 162 cell starter tray from Haas Tools. And these seeds came from Haas Tools. And they have grown a wonderful looking plant. Alright? And you want to make sure you press down in there, pull some dirt up from the sides, and make sure that's in there good. Got a good contact. Here's another one. Widen that hole first. That's a bigger hole because I got a big pot. Alright. Put it down in there good. Widen the hole out in the potting mix down in the Earthbox. At this point, you've already got water in the Earthbox. You got water, maybe not full, but you got some water down in the reservoir. But these plants need to make sure anytime you transplant something, give it a little bit of a drink. That seals those roots up, seals that soil around those roots, and just gives it a good bite, a good start. And just a little bit of water in each hole. And those already look good. And those are beautiful plants. So like I said, I will probably take this one off, leave that one growing. This one has 2. Kind of hard to choose from that one because both of those look so dang good. I believe I'll take the one that's leaning off and leave it like that. So that is the end of it. Now I'll go and fill it up with the fill tube, the water tube. Fill it up full of water. That's the last time you'll water from the top. Now it may rain in it, but most of the rain is going to shed off from this. But I'll go down there and fill it up, set it in my garden in place, and fill it up with water, and water will start wicking. I'll make sure probably the first 2 or 3 days I look at it every day, fill it up every day, because you want it to make sure it gets fully saturated, your mix gets fully saturated. And I won't do it here because these boxes, when they're full of water and full of wet potting mix, these things are pretty heavy. I don't know how heavy they are, but I would imagine they're 50 pounds or thereabouts. So don't really want to wag that all over the garden. I'm gonna take it down there like this, then fill it up, and then just stand back and watch them grow. Hope that helps. I'm gonna have a lot of Earthbox videos. I'll have an Earthbox garden playlist on my channel, and so be sure you subscribe. Look down in the bottom corner down there where you subscribe, and then also ring that bell, and that bell will give you a notification when I upload a new video. So subscribe, ring the bell, and watch what I'm doing here. Do it yourself. Earthbox, get you some. We're gone.